What's going on YouTube? This is Austin here from Austin, Dakota, coming at you again with another video for you guys tonight. And tonight's video, welcome to the Rock and Metal CD collection update for today's date, April 29th, 2024. Tonight's update, I am going to be showing all the new pickups I got. I have, instead of just like the regular 12 or regular 10 or 11, I have 12 CDs for this update, new pickups that I got. Probably in my opinion the biggest update I've ever done. I don't know if it's the biggest one I've done. Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to read your guys' feedback. And like I said, if you have any suggestions on what CDs I need to be picking up, I need to pick up next, drop them in the comment section below, and I will definitely do another Rock and Metal CD collection update. But for tonight, this is what I have for the update. Let's go and crack on with this video. Alright, so first CD for the update. I'm a huge fan of this band, have been for quite a while, ever since I first heard the first 3 albums by this band. This album in particular, not one of my personal favorites by this band, but it is by a band that I love. So I'll go ahead and hold it up now. This is Bullet for My Valentine with their album Temper Temper, 2013. So this is right after Fever. As far as Bullet for My Valentine goes, I like the majority of their stuff. So the first 3 albums, The Poison, Scream Aim Fire, and Fever, those albums alone I consider to be Bullet for My Valentine's best albums. This one in particular I find to be pretty solid, but not as good as the first 3 Bullet albums. I think the first 3 Bullet for My Valentine albums are just absolutely the best. But Breaking Point, Truth Hurts, POW, Prisoner of War, Leech, Riot, Tears Don't Fall Part 2. There is some good stuff on here. There are good tracks. I'm not saying this is a bad album by any means. I'm just saying this is a good album. I mean, it's one that I would check out. If you're not familiar with Bullet, definitely check out the first 3 albums and then check this one out. But yeah, one of my personal favorites, Bullet for My Valentine with Temper Temper, released in 2013. Good start for the update. Okay. This album I have been searching for a good while, and I am pleased to say it has finally landed in my collection. After years and years or months of searching, I finally landed this album. This is Cannibal Corpse with their 3rd album, Tomb of the Mutilated. That's right, I finally got my hands on Tomb of the Mutilated by Cannibal Corpse. I finally got my hands on Tomb of the Mutilated. This is a reissue, which I don't care. Finally happy I finally have this in my collection. Super stoked to finally have this in my collection after soul searching for months and months. Finally got it. This is my favorite Cannibal Corpse album, as well as my favorite death metal album of all time. Everything about this album is fantastic. I mean, the artwork. I'm just going to pause for a minute and let you guys worship the artwork. Again, worship it. Okay, that's enough worshiping. Cannibal Corpse. I don't have much to say about Cannibal Corpse. What already has been said. I think these guys and their music absolutely speak for themselves. And this album alone is where they're at their heaviest. Chris Barnes' vocal approach, I think, was at his best. He was up on his A game. Just my personal opinion. I know a lot of people like The Bleeding more than this album. I can see that. The Bleeding's good and all that, but this to me was the ultimate coup de grace. Hammer Smash Face, start things off. I can't believe I'm going to say most of these titles. I Come Blood, Split Wide Open, The Cryptic Stench, Entrails Ripped, Beyond the Cemetery. There's some really good stuff on this album. Yeah, definitely one I highly suggest you guys check out. Tomb of the Mutilated by Cannibal Corpse. What more can be said, man? Death metal classic. Alright, so I'm going to stick with Cannibal Corpse because I'm a huge Cannibal Corpse fan. I'm working on getting most of their albums. If I find Eaten Back to Life and The Bleeding, I'll get those ones. But the only other Cannibal Corpse album I have is this one. Now, if you guys remember, Chris Barnes left the group in 1994. Then in 1996, George Corpse Grinder Fisher jumps on Vile, and he's been with the group from Vile all the way up to their most recent release right here. This is Cannibal Corpse with their most recent offering, Chaos Horrific. I love this album. This is Cannibal Corpse returning to their style. Awesomeness, man. I don't know if I did an end of the year album list, but Chaos Horrific for me was album of the year 2023, 100%. Everything about this album is amazing. I like early Cannibal Corpse, but the later Cannibal Corpse is pretty good. Really good stuff. Absolutely love this album. This album easily creeps its way into the top 5 for me. I mean, Overlords of Violence, Frenzy Feeding, Summon for Sacrifice, Bloodblind. I remember when Bloodblind came out. When Bloodblind came out, I believe it was... Excuse me. Sorry, I'm trying to bust something on here. It was Brandon, aka Scourge of Vinyl, that posted it, I believe, in his Insta story. So I went to check it out, and it was just brutal, pounding, heavy riffs. And I'm like, oh my, Cannibal Corpse is onto something. So I heard it, loved it. But yeah, Chaos Horrific, man. Love this one. Easily album of the year for me, 2023. Definitely check this album out. This is Cannibal Corpse with Chaos Horrific. Alright, sorry about that. Had to cut away for a moment, had to yawn. Moving on with the update. Next album I'm going to mention is by a band. I've been trying to find most of their stuff. Not most of it, but some of my favorite albums by this band, Australian black metal. What more can be said about this band that already has been said? And I'm talking about this band right here, Drowning the Light. So this is Drowning the Light with Through the Noose of Existence. Finally got my hands on this one. According to the back, this was limited to 200 copies. I was fortunate enough to get a copy of this album. Asgore, musical genius in my opinion. This is a fan-freaking-tastic album. Front to back, back to front, start to finish. Amazing. Yeah, I don't know why the case is kind of creaking. It's not breaking or anything, but yeah, I love Drowning the Light. I think I put this at number 4 or number 3 ahead of Celtic Blood and Satanic Pride. But definitely one to check out. I love this album. Forgotten Marshes, Through the Noose of Existence, Haunted Sea Zone. It's only 5 tracks. Amazing stuff. So definitely check this album out. This is Drowning the Light with Through the Noose of Existence. Alright, I'm going to stick with Joining the Light. I believe this album came after Through the Noose of Existence. Here's Joining the Light. This is his 4th album, In Alignment of Dead Stars. I personally really enjoyed this one. One of my personal favorite Joining the Light albums. It's one that I wouldn't check this album out first thing. Like, if you're slowly getting into Joining the Light, check out From the Abyss if you're not familiar with Joining the Light, and then check this album out. I mean, Asgore overall, he's a musical genius. In my opinion, a better musical genius than Varg Vikernes, in my honest opinion. I know I'm kind of gonna come off as a little bit controversial, but Asgore, he knows how to harness in the attention of the listeners, and I just ripped the plastic sleeves. See, that's what the plastic sleeves are for, was to protect these from breaking. But, yeah. So, Joining the Light, In Alignment of Dead Stars. Distant Autumn Rain, The Call of Shadows. Drinking the Sacrament of Eternity. Love this album. Definitely one to check out. So that's Joining the Light with In Alignment of Dead Stars. Alright, we're not done with this update. We still have a lot more to go here. Next album, we're going to stick in the realm of black metal. I just got this in the mail today. Super stoked to show this one as well. One of the more underrated bands that really came along in the scene of black metal. And I'm talking about Andreas Tileny. Hopefully I'm pronouncing his name right. In his project, Fear of Eternity. This is the debut album, not the debut album, the debut demo that he put out, Funeral Mass. I just got done listening to it a little bit ago. I love this demo. It's a full-length demo. Now, as far as Fear of Eternity goes, people question the vocals, but Andreas, what he was doing was reeling in the reader, not the reader, the listener, to his music, and that's exactly what he did. I love this demo. I'm not going to take out the plastic sleeve or nothing. I'm going to leave it in here. But, yeah. Love this demo that he did. Fan-freaking-tastic. Conductor to the Grave. Easily the best track on here. So, yeah. If you're not familiar with Fear of Eternity, I'd highly recommend this demo. I think this, Toward the Castle, and Spirit of Sorrow are his best work. But if I had to choose what one I'd go back to, either this or trying to think, Toward the Castle. But yeah, definitely check this out. That's Fear of Eternity with Funeral Mass. Alright, next album. I'm going to go to a classic band here. I just want to say now, don't mind the stickers. On this, I picked it up at my local store. Saw it, and I'm like, I'm a huge fan of this band, so let's go ahead and check this and pick up this album. This is Korn with their album Issues. Or, as I like to call it, the Falling Away From Me album. Now, Korn, obviously, no introduction for these guys. Absolute classic band. Jonathan Davis is a legend, no doubt about it. I find the first couple of albums to be pretty dark, and their lyrical themes. I think Korn, in my honest opinion, their early work is great. So Korn, self-titled, Life is Peachy, on through. When they got to See You on the Other Side, I was like, I'm kind of feeling it. But then afterwards, they just tailed off, and I don't like most of their stuff afterwards. But, yeah, this is a good one. I really like Issues a lot. Falling Away From Me, obviously, best song. Beg For Me, It's Gonna Go Away. Am I Going Crazy? Let's Get This Party Started, I love that. But yeah, it's definitely one I would check out. If you're not familiar with Korn, I'd say start with this. Either start with Issues or start with the self-titled album and then work your way. But yeah, that's Korn with Issues. Good stuff. Alright, next album. It's by a band that I've talked about before on this channel, but I was wanting to get my hands on their full length, the debut full length. I talked about this band, and then I talked about Departure Chandelier within that same time frame. But this band, absolutely amazing, and I love the look and the feel of the band. So I'm going to stop flapping my gums and hold up the album. This is Lord Humongous with Raped by the Nukes. I remember getting this album. I've spun this now, I believe, 2 times. I know they released the White Line Nightmare as a cassette single. That was like a little teaser. But then when the full length came out, such good tracks. I agree with Mordant Red. In fact, I've got a Mordant Red EP that I'm going to be showing at the end, or towards the end of the update. But yeah, Lord Humongous, Raped by the Nukes, debut full length from this amazing Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania band. It's blackened thrash metal. Love these guys. I love the look of the band. The second I put this on, or the second I heard it for the first time, such good tracks. I mean, Greetings from the Humongous, Just Walk Away, good opener. If anyone remembers Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior, Humongous, Just Walk Away. Amazing stuff. Terminal Psychotic. I love Terminal Psychotic on this album, especially when they go, he was the Night Rider. And then they just headbang. It's amazing. Captain Walker. That's a Go PENIS cover. I think they renamed it. But very excited to see what the future holds for Lord Humongous. I hope we get a sophomore full length, because this album alone is just pure black and thrash genius. So that's Lord Humongous with Raped by the Nukes. Alright, next album is an EP by a classic, I believe, Norwegian black metal band. Everyone should know who these guys are. If not, I don't know what to tell you. And I'm talking about the one, the only, Mayhem. So next up, this is Mayhem with their debut EP, Death Crush. I believe, if memory serves me right, Death Crush started out as a demo, and then they released it as an EP. Just something about the red and black really popped out at me. I mean, everyone should know Mayhem and how their music really changed the landscape of black metal as we know it. Necrolust, Death Crush. This was right around the time that Burzum was getting their start, so Varg, way before he joined Mayhem. But they're also known as the True Mayhem. I don't know if anyone can see that or not, but right there it says the True Mayhem. I didn't catch it until I saw the album cover, and I thought, wait a minute, I thought these guys were just known as Mayhem. But then I saw it said the True Mayhem. But yeah, I love this EP. Obviously, it's a classic. Goes without saying. People say De Mysteriis Dom Satanis, and I agree. Best Mayhem album, period. But yeah, if you're not familiar with Mayhem, I'd recommend this EP. This is a very good start for them. But yeah, this is Mayhem with Death Crush. But then eventually, I had to latch on to some of their live albums that they've done, and I figured I'm just going to jump on the bandwagon and I'm going to get this album and I'm going to talk about it. This is Mayhem. We're sticking with Mayhem, but this is their live album, Live in Leipzig. Obviously, this is the classic Mayhem lineup with Dead on lead vocals. Way before Necrobutcher took over. I think Necrobutcher was either on Death Crush or De Mysterious. I honestly can't remember, but yeah, Live in Leipzig. People say this is the best Mayhem album, and I can understand why. I can totally see why people say Live in Leipzig is their favorite Mayhem album, because it's got the classic lineup with, like I said, Dead on lead vocals. I love this live album. This is amazing, an amazing live album. Yes, this was recorded in 1990. Yes, the production is pretty much garbage, but you do get the Mayhem vibes when you listen to this album. But yeah, I love Live in Leipzig. Finally got my hands on it, and I totally suggest you guys get it. So yeah, this is Mayhem with their live album, Live in Leipzig. Alright, we're almost done with this update. Next album is an EP. I got this from their Bandcamp. I did an unboxing video of this a while ago, and they commented, and I left a comment on their video, and then they replied back. I'm really much looking forward to their debut full length, which would be out in the summertime. I can't wait for it. But yeah, if you're not familiar with this band, definitely check these guys out. This is, and I'm kind of surprised it came in a DVD case, but this is Mordant Red with a Fuck Your Feeble World. Band out of Houston, Texas. Out of Texas. I think they're out of Houston. But yeah, this is really good. Very good EP. Now, if you're looking for that raw, kind of unrelenting, in-your-face black metal, look no further than Mordant Red. I think these guys have a bright future. Children of Spider Creek, 15 Winters. Good stuff. I love this EP a lot. Yeah. Definitely one to check out. Can't wait for the full length. Mordant Red, if you're watching this, your EP is in my update. So, yeah. I love this EP a lot. This is Mordant Red with Your Feeble World. Again, that raw, in-your-face black metal can be found right here. Alright, last album. I'm a fan of this band, but after giving this album a listen, I can understand why people prefer the first few albums. So this one, second album in Nemesis Divina. But this, in my opinion, is the best album by this band. This is Satyricon with Dark Medieval Times. This is a 2021 reissue, remaster. I love this album. I worship this album. People say Nemesis Divina is their best. My honest opinion, if I had to choose a Satyricon album for Stone Cold Black Metal Classics, definitely Dark Medieval Times. Dark Medieval Times, for me personally, it's my favorite Satyricon album. Their best material, in my opinion, is on here. Remember getting this and I was super, super stoked. I love Dark Medieval Times. Very good stuff. Walk the Path of Sorrow, Into the Mighty Forest, self-titled track, The Dark Castle in the Deep Forest, yeah, Satire and Frost. Excellent, excellent, excellent duo. Great pairing. This is the debut full-length for Satyricon Dark Medieval Times. 100% you guys check this full-length out. Alrighty, guys. Well, that does it. That's it. That's it for this rock and metal CD collection update. Thank you guys so much for watching. Um, if you guys have any suggestions on what you think I should pick up next, drop it in the comments. And until next time, thank you guys very much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, please comment, like, and subscribe down below. Be sure you hit the bell so that way you don't miss any more videos like this in the near future. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.